Good morning, everybody, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setups for today. So just looking at this on the weekly, you can see, we did get going and then we got a bit of rejection. So this level where price is right now, and you can put it in right there, and that's at 34,619. It's fairly important. Have a look at the oscillators at the moment. They are extremely overbought. You can see value there of around 91 on a scale of 100, so that's pretty overbought. And it does look like we are getting some kind of test here. There's no diversions or anything. So I'm still of the opinion I'm looking to move with the trend. I'd like price to come back a bit closer to the 155 in order to jump in on that, but beggars can't be choosers, so what we have to do is just start moving through the time frames and pick a time frame that it's going to work. So firstly, 3 hour, big exhaustion bar up into a level, and then this massive pin bar rejection here. So I'm not going to read much into that. We are in an uptrend on all time frames, and if I switch across the weekly, you'll see that is to be expected. If you look left, that is pretty much a level, or this is an area, this 34,620 area, that buyers and sellers have been toying with for the last 2.5 years now. So keep that in the back of your mind. It's going to take a lot to get through here, but when it does get through there, it's going to keep coming back and testing it until it's happy, and then only get going, or alternatively if you drop below it. But you can see in 2021 we hovered in this zone for so long, and then 2022 you can see we dropped below it, came back to test it twice, didn't really get going, and this year we've tested it 1, 2, 3, 4. This is kind of, let's just call it the fourth time that we're testing this. There's no real structure here at the moment. We do have a big flag break from 2022, but we've just been going sideways for the whole of this year. So the longer we go sideways, the less likely this flag is going to happen. So yeah, this is a really critical level that we're at. And you'd be foolish to think that it's just going to fly through it, because it's definitely going to take a pretty big catalyst for that to happen. The minute you get down to 3 hour, you see there is diversions on the oscillators. You can see swing high, low, look at price, low, double, almost forming a double top from last week, and now we formed a higher high with a pin bar, with diversions. So this is looking really, really toppy. Not that I trade tops or look for tops, but this is definitely not looking like something I want to be long on the 3 hour potentially. Now, if you look at it from the 3 hour perspective, I'd want to start breaking below these lows of last week and this week so far before even considering a move to the downside, because we are in an uptrend. So this to me right now is just screaming pullback. Now, with the earnings that are coming out this week, predominantly this week, they are going to impact the Dow. So as I said, I've been saying for the last couple of days, we should be going to some kind of a holding pattern before earnings comes out. Now, we did get moving quite early in the day. So that's just before market open, and then we just went sideways. So all intents and purposes, this is a gap up from when the market opened. We haven't really come back to test this area here. So that is my first level that is very much in play. That is at 34,500. So 34,500 I'd want to see tested before even looking for anything here. Now if you get down to the 15-minute, you can see a little bit of a few worrying factors. So the first one is this move wasn't quite off any solid structure. So you can see there, if I look left, it's pretty much, let's just put a level in, otherwise I'm not going to see it. So if you look at that, that's where the buyers came in. If you look left, yeah, okay, there was a lot of chaos here, but I would have been more comfortable with it bouncing off the bottom here or off the top, because that just means that it's respecting this area of chaos. what's happened is it's come back into the area of chaos and then bounced off it, and also bounced off it with gaps. So I don't trust this move at the moment. I suspect we're coming back, and I'm just going to add levels in here. So I suspect we're coming back to this 34,527, possibly 34,500, and if we start dropping below 34,446, then I would argue that we have a big opportunity to the downside, so it's maybe a deeper pullback of sort. This is going to be driven by earnings at the moment, so I am still sitting on the sides with this. We will wait until we've got some of the big earnings in, some of the big market cap players that would affect the Dow. Let them get their earnings out, and then we can start looking for an opportunity, whichever way that is going to go. I suspect it's going to be up. To be honest, I don't think it's going to be down, but I think the oscillators just need to ease off a bit on the 8 hour specifically. So, maybe some kind of a pullback onto structure, maybe come and test. What would be ideal would be something in that line, or even the tail of this pin bar here, which hasn't been tested. So that would be something in the region of 34,322. That to me would be a fairly decent opportunity. And then the last opportunity, which would be, dare I say, ideal. So let me just do that. So that's kind of, you can see we've got 3 tests along this. So that would move back down to the 155 EMA. So it's going to pick up some of these tails down here. So that would be ideal. A decent pullback, form a higher low, and then another attempt at this area. But nevertheless, it might just surprise us and just fly through this based on what happens with earnings, or there might be a bit of noise coming into the market. Anyway, that's kind of my view today. I'm still sitting on the sides with this, but there is some structure here, so pay attention to that structure. You could get a bounce off here, and if you do take a trade on this, I would be very small positions, very tight stop losses, just in case it goes against you. But you're looking to move with the trend right now, which is up. You just need to be cautious based on what you see on the higher time frames, which is indicating there could be a pullback coming fairly soon. Hope it helps. If it does, drop us a thumbs up, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.